Yeah. All right, Stacey, tell us where you are.
I am in Alaska. I'm in our house up here and we're having some issues. I literally booked this flight last week to get here because the issues are that severe. So, yeah.
Oh, fun. So,
If I'm a
yeah.
little more hoo-ha than usual, I'm trying. Need some lovely Alaskan beer. Which, look at this label. This is super cool. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. I'm like, isn't that fun? This is one of the funnest labels I think I've
Does that say Pleasure Town?
Yes.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. And it's at first I thought it was what's the man horse guy? What's that called? Anyway, I thought it was him, but it's really just a naked dude on a moose. I'm like, if I can find this T-shirt someplace, then I'm getting that.
Perfect. I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Well, so the topic that I have here for us tonight is tackling that worst state stereotype for Oklahoma. Because we do get quite an interesting stereotype. Your hair is fine.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's funny, but it's fine. Okay, so I guess the first question is, and I'm posing this to all of our lovely viewers, but why do you think Oklahoma gets such a bad reputation? And there is not one correct answer. Like, that's a weird thing to say. There's no like correct answer, I wouldn't say. What is your opinion? So, Stacey, what is your just a general opinion? Like, first thing that comes to mind.
Honestly, I now that I'm in Alaska with the Alaskan frame of mind, I go back to just Oklahoma being part of the South and just having some of those Southern stereotypes, like, and this sounds awful, and this is not a real opinion of mine, but Southerners are stupid, not very well educated. They don't speak with intelligence, so therefore they must all be dumb, easy targets.
You are a Yank.
I that fault. What are you gonna? I mean, does it get much more Yankee than that? I don't know. More north, so
right.
But Alaska's always been unique. But that stereotype definitely lives here.
Okay.
Now, because we are an oil producing state, when Alaska really came into the oil boom, a lot of Texans came up, creating a lot of, I'm just going to call it for what it was, but a lot of prejudices, because we have all of these Texans coming here and bringing their Texan ways. But you're in Alaska where you're dealing with negative 50-degree weather and kind of, you don't know your butt from a hole in the ground, as my dad used to say, but with other words. But so anyway, yeah, exactly. And the way speaking was different. So they would bring their Texan with their Southern temperatures and their knowledge of that to a different climate. But anyway,
I understand. Okay. Yeah. That is an interest. Yeah, because coming from the north, like, I haven't lived in any other states besides Oklahoma, which I know is surprising for a lot of people. And yes, I understand that my accent is super weird.
You don't have an accent. I don't think you have an accent. Like, I don't think I have an accent, but then there's people that are like, they don't know what the hell my name is. And I'm like,
well, people in Ardmore have an accent.
And I have definitely picked up my favorite statement of all time, which is y'all, all y'all. That I don't think that'll ever leave my repertoire.
I think the y'all pops out of my mouth when I'm really tired. So
I just use it. So
yeah,
an easy way to say all
of you. Yes, that's true. Okay. Yeah, I mean, whenever I think of the stereotypes, like I don't know. I kind of think of that like, oh, it's boring there in Oklahoma. What do you even have? Like, you haven't been in the state for very long. I guess, but neither has Alaska.
Years longer than Alaska. Come on.
Right. I had to explain where the name Sooners came from to someone who had never visited here on Sunday. And he was like, are you serious?
Yeah. So, Marcy, where does the term Sooners come from?
Yeah. So Oklahoma City and central Oklahoma in general was all kind of settled in one day, right? By 10,000 people who raced to claim 160-acre tracts of land. And you had to go on, I think it was April 19th, April 12th, I don't know the day. And you had to line up north of Guthrie and like wait for the gun to go off and run to get your little slice of Oklahoma. Well, a lot of people didn't wait for the gun. They went. Yeah, they cheated, and those are the Sooners.
Interesting.
They're a bunch of cheaters.
Yes. But it's weird though that the state didn't adopt that as some kind of slang term that you're a cheater. Instead,
Right.
you adopts it as Sooner Nation.
Yes, and I think it's that like kind of the mindset of, well, you know, do rules matter?
Yeah. You know, then what's really ironic about all of this is I would tell somebody never enter a bet with an Oklahoman because they will cheat. At least that's been some of my experience with them.
You mean they think creatively?
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. But if you asked them, it would be exactly what you just said.
That thinking creatively.
Yes, that it wasn't cheating because that wasn't stated that was a no.
You know, that's how my family operates. And we kind of
reckless with an Oklahoman.
Yeah.
There is nothing implied to an Oklahoman. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting stereotype. And I mean, is it a bad thing?
I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You didn't specify. I'm very much I'm okay with gray areas, but I mean, there are some things where it's like, you know, if you didn't say that was off, then
right.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. Sorry, that got really way off topic.
No, I don't think it's off at all. That's
very much part of it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a nuance of Oklahoma that like when we're explaining the culture to people, I think it's something that's hard to understand if you don't experience it. And like, how long did it take you, Stacy, whenever you moved here to realize it?
2 years.
2 years.
Never bet with an Oklahoman. Yeah.
I should rename this video. Never bet with an Oklahoman.
And Oklahomans like to gamble too. I think they'll take a bet in a heartbeat. More so, I'm very risk adverse, so I don't. So it could just be that could be me anyway, just instilling my own prejudice there. That I'm not a betting woman. I will if I know it's like 95%, but then I'm still sitting there going, I got that 5% chance though.
Yeah. No, yeah. Okay. That I hadn't really thought of that before, and so you're really like making me think on that end because I didn't notice, I guess, or something. So it's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Well, Oklahoma is ranked number 42 out of 50 states. And, you know, it's like, how are you coming to this ranking? I think.
So Marcy's a planner very much, which I love because it helps me. But some of the stats that you brought, I thought that exact same thing. Like, what is the context around this? Because I really did not agree with some of the stuff some of the information that you had. It was very interesting, the rankings of some of this stuff and how low Oklahoma was. And I wouldn't guess it in a million years, but here we are. So,
okay. Yeah. And that's part of what this is about, right? We want people to understand like what it looks like from the ground to have these rankings, a lot of them which are terrible looking. Is it reality for us on, I mean, I live here, you live here. I mean, you're in Alaska right now, but you live in Oklahoma.
I'm in my home in Alaska.
Yeah. The other frontier.
The last frontier.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, shoot. Hang on.
Whoa.
I know. Sorry. I put everything on Do Not Disturb, and here we are still. Mom's calling. Mom has to call. Sorry.
Yeah,
Apparently,
I
mom
know,
breaks
yeah.
through no matter what. So
I know. Hanson breaks through mine no matter what. I get it.
it's like they need an absolute Do Not Disturb. Like nothing's getting through this. The world can be on fire, and I'm still not getting notified. But
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, maybe. Yes.
I gave
Okay.
mom, sorry, I can't talk right now.
Yep. She'll be okay. She'll call again if she's in the hospital. So
It is 9:30 at night there, though, so I'm a little concerned. No, 6:30. Sorry,
I was like, I'm here in Oklahoma.
Sorry, some of my clocks changed and others didn't. Sorry, so I keep adding, subtracting 3 hours. I apologize.
It's
It's
fine.
really 6:30. So
Yeah, I totally understand. Okay, so yes, we're looking at number 42 for overall. When I was reading that, they outlined like 8 different measurements that they use to kind of come up with that. What was really interesting, but like it's all like to me it's very arbitrary, or it's like that's a very generalized, everyone's, seeing this
yeah,
as like numbers across the board, but that's not reality for a lot of people on the ground.
I chose Oklahoma. So I've
Yeah.
lived in Alaska. I've lived in Florida. I've done brief time in probably 10 other states, and there's no other place that I'd rather be. So I don't know. I feel like it's America's best kept secret because I really do enjoy the lifestyle that I can have in Oklahoma, and I love Oklahomans. So
Okay.
it's a win-win for me. Yeah.
Good. Yes. So if you're out there watching us, I'd love to hear where you guys are from and like what stereotypes you've heard. But ultimately, if you don't have anything to say about stereotypes, just tell us where you're from because we need to know. It informs a lot of what we say, like who we are talking to. Because if you're from Kansas, that's totally different than if you're from California.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're from Kansas.
Yeah. Me too. Very flat.
It's not flat in some places.
I know some Kansans, so yeah,
I think it's cool. It's very different than here, like the way their towns are structured. So I think it's kind of cool. But
you really? Because they're very square.
yeah, we're pretty square
They're
here too.
yeah. Oh God,
Yeah.
Mom just texted me saying it's okay.
My mom would never text me back. That's funny. She'd be like, "Call me, you crazy lady."
It's an emergency, and then you call, and it's like, "Where's the sour cream? I already have a whole tub."
Pretty much. So with this, I really liked the information that they gave around what our neighboring states were ranked at versus like what our rank was. Because like I just did it. I'm like, okay, well that's interesting, but like I don't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma is ranked number 42. Kansas came in at number 23. I don't know why, so don't ask me. Fascinating.
Way rather live in Oklahoma than Kansas.
Texas landed at number 33.
Which I sold out of Texas to live in Oklahoma.
Right. You would have to pay me a lot of money to live in Texas.
Yes, same. Like like at least twice as much.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, that's
Right. And then Arkansas was ranked at number 44.
Okay, that one makes sense.
It does. It does make sense. And then Colorado was ranked at number 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A person. I mean, I think Colorado has a lot going for it, but Colorado is also very expensive.
I think it's kind of depends on where you are in Colorado.
Yeah. And what you're into, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Colorado.
Jack didn't live in Colorado. I mean, there's no way he could live in, Denver because it was so high. So I wouldn't recommend, a mile high city for somebody with breathing issues.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
We're, kind of it feels like the middle of all of that, is what it kind of seemed like to me. So, one other thing I looked at, and I'm rolling into cost of living and housing here a little bit, is what our median income is here in Oklahoma. And I think it comes as a pretty big shock to some people. It's around $35,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, how do you live on that? No one lives on that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not well. It
Mm-hmm.
it you would have to have like a paid off, like you would have to have housing paid for to really live on it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely made less than that whenever I started working, but that was also a long time ago. So things have changed a lot since then. But really our income in this state hasn't gone up a lot.
Yeah.
Not saying that everyone makes $35,000 because that is not true. But
I think Oklahoma has a lot of retirees here, so there's a lot of people living off of Social Security here, and their Social Security is pretty low.
it's pretty low.
Like that contributes pretty heavily to that. Because
Yeah.
I mean, wages. If you're an actual working individual here, you're making more than that.
Yeah, you should
For
be.
the most part, you're making more than that.
That's true. Yep. So that's an interesting thing to keep in mind with our what people see as, low cost of housing that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled up this Reddit piece because I love Reddit because I think it's so fun.
Gives out some interesting information at times, that's for sure.
So this person says, let's have a conversation around income and housing in Oklahoma. And they're in Tulsa, but honestly, like it's pretty similar across the state. So I wouldn't say it's like a ton different. This person's asking what their average household income is and rent, what area, who do you work for, what age, education. So, this is a year ago also. So this says rent, this person, she says rent is $1,000 a month and their household makes $60,000 a year. This person says,
Fair. I still feel that's pretty average today.
yeah, I think that's pretty average. This person says $50,000 on a single income family of 4, and they have a paid off trailer that they live in, and the lot rent is $275 a year or a month.
Yeah.
A month. This person just hit 60,000. A little bit of overtime with that. Lots of college, no degree. Mortgage is $660 a month, which is very low.
Holy crap. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
No, yeah. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say 660 is principal interest only, no escrow.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for anybody that's not, that is extremely uncommon. So we'll preface that.
Yeah, exactly. This person says their household income is $125,000. Their mortgage is $2,400 a month, which is more normal right now. That's a pretty common. I'm hearing people say they want their mortgages between $1,600 and $2,000. A lot. That's a pretty common conversation for me to have.
Yeah.
This person's making $33,000 a year and paying $914 in rent before utilities. This next person. Household income $118,000, mortgage $900 a month. That's one income. So
wow.
It's a kind of across the board, but we definitely see this kind of big discrepancy.
So I would definitely say that the higher end is more metro based, because the further trying to find those less expensive homes, which may not be mortgage qualifiable for any of you out-of-staters thinking about coming here.
Correct. Yeah. Please remember that.
Yeah. Yes. Please. If I could get $1, I would have retired by now if I could have $1 for every time I heard, I just want a little farmhouse on a little bit of land for $100,000.
Yeah, $100,000. It's like, no,
I not exist.
I'm sorry.
It does not exist.
Like, I don't know where you're going to find that anymore.
It's going to be condemned.
If anyone even knows it's there.
True. There's a tree growing at the middle of that. Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, yeah. Note to viewers. Yeah.
Note to viewers, please don't ask us for $100,000. And it's really funny because this lady the other day asked she was like, I was gonna email you and ask you because I wanted a house for $100,000. And then I was like, she's gonna laugh at me so hard.
Now, I will say you can find in the city areas a house for 100,000. May or may not be
Livable.
viable.
Yeah.
It'll be livable. You can find a $100,000 livable house in a small town. You are not finding that in the outskirts of town.
Not in the outskirts of town. No. Not with land.
No, exactly. Sorry. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and you can in some places of Oklahoma City find something for $100K.
Is it condemned? I don't know what your level is there. Okay.
It just kind of depends on the area.
Okay. Okay. I bet we're probably looking about the same then. But ours would just be in a town, not a bad area. Just need to reach
that. There's no bad areas. It's just about what your preferences are.
Yes. Is it in an opportunity zone?
A lot of them, yeah. Opportunity zones are a big deal. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Seattle's code for, I don't know, it's just an investor-friendly.
It's just an investor-friendly, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah. So Elisa just popped on and she said hello to us.
Hello.
Okay. Back to my notes here. All right. So that was interesting to find that kind of on Reddit. I know a lot of people probably look at that because it came up first on my Google search. So that's where people are getting a lot of information, which I understand because it's hard to really like see what your expenses are going to be if you don't already live here. All right. Cost of living and housing. So in terms of cost of living, so I looked up this, and I'm not sure if you saw this on my notes or not, Stacy.
I did go through them, yes.
Yeah. So Oklahoma ranks number 4 in the U.S. for the best cost of living.
Fully.
And it, yeah.
1,000 times over. It's my big sell on my channel as well. Like Oklahoma, you can afford a better lifestyle in Oklahoma than you can someplace else because you can find a house here. I mean, so I'm based in Ardmore, which is just across the border from Texas. It's on the the very southern end of I-35 connecting us to the Dallas metro. And you can literally get, $200,000 houses that are move-in ready all day long in my area. Granted, I mean, now you're looking more like 250 with the market the way it's been pushed. But anyways, it's shifting a little bit. But in Texas, just across the border, though, you're easily looking at $400,000.
Yeah.
So, what would it mean? That's always my thing. It's like, what would it mean to you if you could cut your mortgage payment in half? And then the median, home price in America is I think we finally went over 400,000.
Yes, I think we did.
So, I mean, it just affords you a much better lifestyle here, even though we do have an income tax.
It's not very much.
It's not. I don't know. People make such a big deal about it.
I know. I think I paid $300 last year. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a fifth of my federal taxes, I think is kind of a ballpark. I'm going to make a ballpark figure on it all. I'd say about a fifth of the federal taxes. So it's really nothing. We do have I don't like our sales tax here. That one does give me heartburn. But, I mean, I don't know. In the overall scheme of things, the government's going to get their cut, so whatever. And if they're getting their cut from a sales tax, I don't necessarily mind that because that's hitting everybody.
Yes, it does hit everyone. Aletha, she posted she said her friend is moving back to Phoenix and what they can get for their spacious home there in Blanchard. They're looking at a double wide mobile home in Phoenix for the same price.
Yep. Coincidentally, my brother is in a double wide in the outskirts of Phoenix, and his house is worth $300,000. And it's in Apache Junction, and it's on a city lot. So he definitely has $300,000 for a double wide. Freaky.
Yeah. I mean, here, yeah, but it would come
And you're
with
definitely getting a
anchors.
nice brick home here, wherever you are, right, Marcy?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get
New
brick home.
construction.
Yeah, for 300. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not going to be giant, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, 1,500, 1,800 square foot, probably easy.
Not in Norman, but yes, in some
Okay.
places.
Well, she said Blanchard. Okay.
Yeah, well, Blanchard's pretty expensive too.
Mm.
Oh man. Okay. Sorry, my allergies are off the charts. Another reason Oklahoma can really suck sometimes.
Yes. I mean, yeah. Traveling just brings everything out in me anyways. So,
Well,
yeah.
in the fall, I just wait for the first frost because I'm waiting for it to kill everything I'm allergic to.
Die.
And it's just not there. And I rearranged my living room, so I'm pretty sure that knocked up.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Ah, so fun. Cool. Okay, guys. So what's happening in Oklahoma's housing market right now, too, that makes it even more affordable?
We are definitely shifting. Good
We're
almighty. Yeah.
we are
Shifting.
yeah.
We have definitely peaked in the push of our markets. I kind of alluded to this, but I'm sure Marcy's seeing it in the metro, but we are definitely seeing that from the Texas push. But we had them just our prices just shuttling up, and sellers were getting, what they wanted, and buyers were willing to pay for it. And now buyers are being way more picky. And sellers are really having a hard time coming to terms with what their house is worth because they thought it was worth this now, and now it's worth this.
Mm.
So it's definitely starting to swing back down the other way.
Yeah. I think what's hard too for people, because we're seeing around 30 to 45 days on the market is really common.
Mm-hmm.
And that's normal.
We're closer to 90.
Yeah.
And our normal, I had to research this because it's just so weird, but I shouldn't say I had to research. I've known this all along, but I needed reminders because of what COVID did to us, right?
Yeah.
But our average days on market in Southern Oklahoma was 180 days.
Yeah.
106 months on the market before you'd get a deal done. Yeah, that was average. So
Yeah.
I'm already seeing houses that have been on the market for over a year, but sadly, they're usually people that just haven't come to terms with what their house is really worth.
Yeah. There is lots of
They're
conversation.
listening to the buyers and what the buyers are willing to pay.
And it's not meaning that you're losing what you gained.
It was all imaginary anyway.
It's imaginary.
Monopoly money. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the stock market. Who would sit there and look at your stocks and say, "Oh my God, I lost."
Yeah.
You did. Who knows? Yeah. It's all paper. It's nothing. It's not even paper because it's not real.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, that's what's happening to us too. And it is very normal and it feels very, very horrible.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
it's hard. It's hard.
Have the patience. And buyers have so much patience right now. I'm like, man, you guys are awesome. But just like, oh, let's wait a week and see what happens. I'm like, oh my God, it's forever.
Yeah, it's not awesome. I can't believe you just said that.
I am being sarcastic.
Yeah. Huh. It's painful. It's so painful.
It's painful, but it's like a growth experience, Mm-hmm. It's like going to therapy. So why are people still moving to Oklahoma?
For me, my heavy demographic is always retirees, or people looking to retire. And again, it's just because you can really afford a better life here because you can sell especially if you're on the coast, right? You can definitely easily sell on the coast and pay cash here.
Yes.
So even if you I had somebody that paid cash here and they just bought their place and they bought it just before COVID. So they were able to just gain all that equity and pay cash here or have a really small mortgage, one or the other.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by you're not losing the equity that you gained during COVID. You are not typically losing that. Yeah. It's what I'm like, sometimes it's the people that bought during COVID or after that are having the problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah.
It hurts. Yeah. It hurts bad. So yeah. People that I usually have moving here are people who are about to retire or maybe they've got, remote jobs now. And they're able to get the permission from their bosses to move here. And, I see people buying, 240-ish thousand dollars inside of towns, whether it's a small town or, a town like Norman. Norman to us is not a small town, it's 130,000 people. And then I also see people purchasing like $500,000 properties, which are like brand new homes on an acre, which is pretty common for me.
Yeah. And I'll see people spend that much here, but they're only having to finance, 200,000.
Yeah.
So that's a win. I mean, that's a $500,000 house with a $200,000 payment. And then I can refinance later for an even lower payment.
Correct. Yeah. Elisa says that they moved here from California, so they wouldn't have to work their entire lives.
Yep.
So
living the dream right there. Exactly.
Oh, okay. So 18 and like it. What the crap? Is that?
Are you 18? No, I don't know. Of 18 kids? What's 18? I'm curious now. I love it. Okay. Properties out there in the Tri-Cities area. What's the Tri-Cities?
Blanchard, Newcastle, and Tuttle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
World.
That is my world. And I actually have 3 new videos planned for out there. I'm very excited to shoot them. We'll be shooting one of them this week. Because I haven't shot one out in Blanchard in a while, and it's usually one of my pop-in spots.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a cool little town. People love it. And you just saw Elisa talking about it.
Separate from the metro. I mean, I don't know if it'll ever really be joined. The sprawl's not there, but we're alive. And it's still its own town with its own identity. I like.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, Tri-City, you're going to have so many options for new builds out there and a little bit of space, which is usually what people are after. So, Anthony says that they just moved to Oklahoma from New Jersey. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's a shift.
That's a big shift. New Jersey is a horrible place.
I always think it's funny that they call New Jersey the Garden State because the gardens are not what I think of when I think of New Jersey. New Jersey.
He says, thankfully, so far.
That's a big.
Yes, I'm glad you're okay because it is it's a totally different mindset and it is wild and people expect to be spoken to in public. Enjoying the lower cost of living, absolutely. And he says that New Jersey is an armpit. New Jersey is an armpit. That's what I think every time I'm there, except that, of course, there are walkable towns in New Jersey, which I find very cool. And then,
definitely something Oklahoma's lacking, or at least rural Oklahoma for sure.
Yes, we need to get to that on healthcare. Yeah. So, I get it. So awesome. Well, welcome to Oklahoma. We are very glad that you are here and that you like it.
Just remember to wave at people.
Wave at them. No honking. Do not. No honking. And
definitely not the finger. I'm back in Alaska. Everybody loves to whip out the finger here.
Well, in Norman you can. So,
Well, I mean, it's okay. I'm not here to judge, but I would much prefer people going, "Oh, sorry," than screw you.
True. Yeah. He says they're renting in Piedmont. Yeah, Piedmont's a growing area. Yeah. It's close to the city and a little bit of space for sure. Just get your naders ready, your tornadoes. We wanted rural, but not terribly far from downtown. Yep, that's Piedmont. Yep. And they used to live in Honolulu and Denver. So yes, you are culturally diverse.
You are checking some boxes there, boy. I tell you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is a lot of different.
Driving is treacherous, as is Denver. So yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But New Jersey is too.
And New Jersey's not all New Jersey. There are some spaces there.
I mean, I haven't explored New Jersey, and I'm not really planning to. So, I don't know.
Okay, then.
He says that they're wanting a place where they could build the savings and one day afford a home. Yeah, it is
Absolutely.
hard to save in some of these other areas. Like you just,
Honolulu, there's no way.
yeah,
No way at
yeah.
all.
You're always like getting,
Denver, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on your income, what you're doing, what your housing situation is like. So, he says that those spaces in New Jersey are all full up. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. Mhm.
I'm fixing to go on a trip back east. I'm really excited because there's 13 states I haven't been to yet, and they're pretty much the colonial states.
Oh, they're so fun. I mean, they're fun to visit. I love them, but I like history.
We're flying into Baltimore and then doing some driving.
Yes, that
Fun. Wonder was not on the list, so maybe next time.
Why would it be on the list?
I don't know. Oh, just so I can check the box, man. Well, I mean,
That's true,
I shouldn't say that. I actually checked the box already because I did Newark. Is that right? Newark, New Jersey?
Newark, yeah.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, he said that Vermont was their dream, but it was too expensive.
So
Yeah.
expensive.
Yes, Vermont is amazing. New Hampshire was my favorite, though.
Those are not on my list yet.
Well, you better get after it.
New Hampshire. I think I'm going to do New Hampshire. But I haven't been, I want to do Connecticut, Vermont, Maine, up in that little,
Yes. Maine
I'm going
is
to call it a peninsula, but it's not. So
it's not a peninsula.
it looks like one, okay.
Well, it's kind of marshy, I guess. And there's not very many roads up there, so there's that.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, diving into healthcare, I have been addressing this a lot recently. Healthcare.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
What is the reality of getting healthcare in Oklahoma outside of the metros? Which, when we say the metros, it is only Tulsa and Oklahoma City.
So,
what is the reality?
The reality so I've got my aging parent, my dad's passed away, but my aging parents moved here from Florida. So they retired from Alaska to Florida and then moved from Florida to Oklahoma.
Okay.
And I will tell you that Florida was shutting down the ability for seniors to get seen by doctors there because the doctors started to refuse to take Medicare.
Oh.
Does anybody really talk about this? No.
Yeah.
And my mom has had no issues going to any doctor that she has needed or wanted to see and getting an appointment with Medicare benefits. Yeah. So I fully disagree with this one because of the ease that my mom has been able to get into appointments, whether it's referral based or just general practitioner stuff.
Yeah. So, okay, let me ask you this. Are those doctors located? You guys live in Ardmore. Are the doctors in Ardmore?
It's a mix. So we do, for some of the specialties, you do need to go to the city, but you're still getting appointments. You're still getting seen.
Yeah.
You'll say she's got, my mom has a rheumatoid arthritis person, but there are a couple of specialists that are in Ardmore, but she just has a history of the person that she's been seeing in the city. So the city, Oklahoma City.
Yes. Sorry, we talk like this.
But they all take Medicare. So she's had no issues. She might have to be waiting for months, but she will eventually get seen. So whereas, like I said, in Florida, she ran into people just flat out not taking new patients. So new patients. So I fully disagree with this one.
Okay. And we're talking about one person as well.
I'm talking about a retiree with Medicaid. Okay. Yeah, it is my mom, obviously. Yeah. But my dad also had many health issues, and he was able to transfer easily all of his specialized health care here. So that was, again, not a problem. And he, too, was running in. Both of my parents ended up going into the Mayo clinics at one point in time because they were just, I mean, if you're going to pay out of pocket for stuff anyways, may as well go to Mayo. So that was kind of what's first starting to really run into in Florida because so many doctors just weren't taking the Medicare. So that's my 2 cents on that one.
No, that absolutely makes sense. And so for what we kind of the research I've done, especially for Norman, like Norman if you look on a map, is just south of Oklahoma City. And it's also the third largest city in Oklahoma. And what we find is a lot of people coming from small towns to go to their doctors here in Norman, which if you live 30 minutes away may not be a big deal, but it may be an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours. And this is part of what people are talking about with healthcare here in Oklahoma. Yeah.
So what I will say, at least for Southern Oklahoma as a whole, is we've got full facilities now in Southern Oklahoma. We have a cancer care center. We got dialysis. So we do have a lot of specialized things that you have access to in Southern Oklahoma. And Carl's working a project in Muskogee, which is only 45 minutes away from Tulsa, so not that hard. But they're doing a huge hospital extension there as well. So like I said, I really strongly disagree with this, but maybe I'm partial because my husband does work construction, healthcare industry, so I'm a little more aware of some of the healthcare stuff that's going on here. But
yeah, no, I don't.
Fascinated that we ranked so low on this, knowing what I came from with my parents in Florida to here, and Florida be like the dream state. I don't know if Florida ranked on there, but I mean,
I try to ignore that state a little bit.
Yeah, why? Such a joy. Yeah. I just keep waiting for a hurricane to just wipe it off.
Well, there's still people that live there, so hold on a second. Hold on.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I think what can be hard too, like, yes, 45 minutes away for things isn't too far, especially when you live in freaking Alaska and you're having to drive it.
Man, I was going to talk about that too. So, yes. That was honestly part of the reason that my parents, I mean, Alaska is just a hard place to live as you age out. But it's, but they weren't, the waiting lists for the aging population in Alaska is huge. So there's not a lot of assisted living that's available here. The assisted living program is awesome, but you're going to be waiting literally years on a list to get into any place. Whereas, again, at least in Southern Oklahoma, I don't know a whole lot about the metro, but I mean, there is a waiting list, but it's less than a year long. So it's, I don't find that terrible with what we came from.
Mm-hmm. I think sometimes too, in these areas where like you're driving a ways or you're living only on a fixed income, that it becomes really difficult to go 45 minutes.
Yeah. And I'll give you that.
Especially if you don't have help. Like your mom has you.
Yeah.
Other people may not have anyone. So that's kind of it. Everyone's in a different situation. But yes, you can get to the city and get some really good doctors. And you can't, like, it's unheard of really to have to wait a super long time to get into a doctor.
Programs too for drive, to get rides.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to call it public transportation because that's not what it is. It's programs available that will transport you, to appointments and stuff. So if you can't drive, there are still ways to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's I do think that they kind of rag on it a little bit too hard. I kind of agree with you on that end, Stacy. And there are definitely a lot of situations where people have it pretty rough with the healthcare situation here.
I do. Something else that came up fairly recently. I am not of Native American blood, and Marcy is not either. So, and I am actually in Choctaw Nation. And what I will 1,000 times over say, and this is true for Alaska as well, but if you are I'm going to call it a card-carrying Indian. If you have a Bureau of Indian Affairs, everyone calls it that. So I don't.
As everyone does, I know.
So it's a Bureau of Indian Affairs card. You can get tons of benefits from that. Some of them are specific to your tribe. So I've definitely had people literally move specific to the Choctaw Nation. If they bought a house in the Choctaw Nation, they could get so many things. Like I had somebody that bought a house. Okay, hold on to your hats here. I had somebody buy a house for $75,000. She wasn't overly concerned with some of the things about the house. She just needed to make sure they bought cash. She just needed to make sure that it was livable for the time being because the Choctaw Nation paid for her to get a new septic system, a brand new well, a storm shelter, and some other things. So I'm here to tell you that the Indian nations or Indian tribes really do take care of their own. And in Alaska, it's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about like housing, but I can definitely tell you they have top of the line healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
They take care of their people. That's so if you're of that descent, this is Oklahoma is a really great place to look at, especially of one of the big five citizen. What do they call it? The
Five civilized, yeah, which is a really dumb name.
I don't understand what it is either. But
It's so
it's like half of Oklahoma, though. So from I-35 east to Arkansas, it's like you've got five big nations, along with some others that are sprinkled in there too.
The little,
Throughout that entire area, which does not impact real estate in any way, shape, or form. So let me just clarify that, because some people are like totally freaked out that you can't.
Yeah, people do get a little freaked out by that. And I also think that like even if you're not a card carrying Indian, which is like we really do call them that. Yes, we talk like that.
Everybody calls themselves that.
I know.
To call it. It is like
It's a thing.
I don't know. Yeah. I will say that they're of Indian descent, but they're like a 30 seconds. I don't know. It's second cousin, something, something. It's like, so you gotta ask, are you a card carrying Indian? And they're like, no, I'm not. But they totally don't. They know what it is.
Everyone knows what that is.
It's not meant as an insult in any way, shape, or form. It is the legitimacy of your Indian heritage.
That's right.
All that it means. That's all that it means.
And I think even living
was like, no, I'm a card carrying Indian.
Yeah. I think even living in some of the nations or like close to them, like even if you're not a card carrying Indian, you get a lot of benefits from.
We just moved here from Texas because of all of the healthcare. So they're part of the Chickasaw Nation. So they moved from the Dallas Metro to the Ardmore area because they wanted to be closer to all of their benefits. So
Yep. And the Cherokees are building. I grew up in Cherokee Nation, so the Cherokees are building a new hospital in Claremore, which is, I mean, a really big deal. It's really big.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Especially in a time when there are 23 Oklahoma rural hospitals that are at risk for being closed due to funding right now.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I want to jump into infrastructure and economy because this is where Oklahoma ranks about 19th right now.
Well, I say thrive, yeah. But we're moving up.
We're moving up. Yeah, we're moving up. So infrastructure, economy, the big thing here, and I always think of it like this, and other people may not. And whenever I moved to Norman, half of Norman, and this was 18 years ago, and then up until I started real estate, which was in 2017, like people didn't have internet in half of Norman. They didn't have it. And now everyone got internet in Norman. I mean, this is
it helped us with that in a very big way, because that put a shining light on the issues that we had.
It put a shining light. Yeah. And we had some people running co-ops here in Oklahoma that were like, we got to fix this. And they did. And I mean, everyone has great internet around here. Like you would have to go pretty far not to.
So where I'm at is in Wasilla. Wasilla is it's a bigger town. Yeah. It's spread out dramatically.
Yeah.
And where I'm staying, because I have a well issue, where I'm staying, I have really sketchy internet. And I'm only like, I'm not even 10 minutes from town, man.
Yeah.
So it sucks. And, I just don't run into that problem so much in Oklahoma. So that's something that I forgot about leaving here, and just like how far out of town that you start to have some big problems.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my parents still don't have great internet, but that's kind of on them because they're like, well, we just don't want to change companies or pay more. I'm like, whatever.
I will say Oklahoma is very hilly. So if you're in a hill, I mean, you're going to have to get one of those tower things and just, or a, I don't know what you call
the satellite internet is a little stranger. So,
well, I am all about the, what's Elon Musk's thing? The
The Starlink? Starlink, yeah.
Starlink. I'm all about Starlink. Yes. Yeah. That big, big. I'm even using Starlink in here.
Oh, okay.
So it's yeah. He's everywhere.
He's
He's on my fifth wheel in Muskogee, and he's here in Westport. So yeah, that's been a big saving grace too, because
yeah.
I don't think we're gonna. I think that'll go by the wayside the further. I mean, as the years tick on. I mean, I'm kind of stating the obvious, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how the internet evolves because
Well,
yeah.
and like I said, I mean, now that we've got Starlink, I don't think there's really a place that you can't necessarily have internet now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, worst case scenario, I always tell people, which I just sold a client out of Ada. She's in the country, so she's not
Okay.
in Ada, but she's in the country, and she hooked up with Starlink and has
Yeah.
great internet. So,
Yeah. Good.
yeah.
I think because we all like everyone here has fiber, and that's been really helpful, especially if it's connected to your electric bill.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which our electric bills aren't very bad here either. Our kilowatt hours aren't very expensive either.
Yeah, they're really
I'd just say they're average, better than Texas.
well. Yeah, Texas has big old
They have
problems.
problems.
That's some Oklahoma talk right there. Big old problems.
Yeah.
All right. And then the big thing for the economy and like the way that they've been trying to attract these kind of new businesses, like some of the new businesses that we have here in Oklahoma City, and I hear people working a lot are biotech.
Mm.
Or like bio, like what are like the biomedical sort of, or the you're looking at me like what the heck?
Interesting. I know this is news. Yeah, I haven't read on this, so this
Yeah.
is what I haven't read on.
Well, I haven't really read on it as much as I drive by them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Data
but the
centers are
reason
coming here too. I mean, that's the one I know about, or
the what?
the data centers that are.
Data, yeah, we do have a lot of data centers. Yeah. But it's the taxes. So our kind of a non-existence of taxes.
Come do business in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Open doors. Come here.
Open,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So that is very helpful
Mhm.
for businesses. And for them to raise the taxes at this point would take
An act of Congress.
yeah. They're not gonna do that.
Yeah. They are very this is one of the most business friendly states I've been in, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And but I will say, so Texas has really been drawing some big names to Texas since people have been flocking from California to Texas. And I think Oklahoma has really been working hard to try to draw now people from that Texas base, because Texas is just overblown, in my opinion.
Texas is popping, and
Yeah, it's a lot happening there. And I think that I feel like the economic anyway, I feel like all of that's really just trying to take away from that a little bit, like don't, if you're tired of paying all of that there, come here. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you do leave some stuff behind in Texas. I mean, just depending. And it's hard to leave your home, obviously. The people are doing it all the time at this point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. So what is some of the things that I hear about Oklahoma, and like, back whenever I was younger, and I've heard people say this too, like people think that we still ride horses everywhere here, and like we have Indians living in teepees and all this stuff. Oh yeah, I've heard the gamut of things.
As have I about Alaska. That's funny. I didn't know that. I mean, I get the same conversation, different things. Like we live in igloos, and you take a dog sled team to school.
Right. Yeah. So, I hear like flat and boring, which I will tell people that it's flat here. It's very flat.
I actually don't think it is. I mean, Kansas is flat. And
yeah,
East Colorado is flat. I don't find Oklahoma flat, which and I'm from, this is the Alaskan, and I'm driving where there's, beautiful mountains all around me, and it's
Mhm.
super perfect. But I feel like there's just enough terrain to keep it interesting. I don't think
Okay.
it's that. Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, one of the things is the lack of public land.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that was very strange.
It's super strange.
Alaska, mostly public land.
Yeah, Oklahoma does not have very much public
No,
land.
no, I
And
agree with that.
yeah, I think that kind of feeds into some of, I know this sounds insane. I do think it feeds into some of the obesity issues just because like we don't have this like outdoorsy culture in a lot of ways. Like we do and we don't sort of situation. It's all, we're very car centric. Like I cannot get my steps in here. Like I have to make a plan to move.
They had to work at a hospital because Carl
Right.
literally walked 10 miles in one day
Yeah.
on the
Yeah. So different stuff like that. Just like keeping the movement it is can be hard. And I think that public land could really help with that.
help with that. Agree.
My opinion. So
Yeah. Well, and coming back to Alaska, I always forget about it until I'm here, but we built a lot of bike trails here, and
Mhm.
I mean, we probably have, I'd have to Google that stat, but we probably have literally well over 1,000 miles of bike trails here. And
Okay.
because wherever they put in a road or a highway, they usually go after federal funding. And part of the string attached to federal funding is to have a bike path put in too. So we have bike paths literally everywhere. And better, you see people actually using them. So
Yes.
you can literally be like driving from Anchorage to Seward, and there's some spots where there's bike paths, and you'll see people camping out, and they'll be riding their bikes on the bike paths. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And that is definitely a big complaint I have about Oklahoma is there's not even a shoulder on the road to even ride a bike on, man. You're kind of just,
So you'll die. Don't do that.
yeah, literally. Exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to ride a bike or go for a run. I've almost been ran over running on the road. It's
Mhm.
terrible. And the only places that you really have are just parks, which is kind of sucky because the park.
I mean,
Big.
yeah,
So,
what I always like tell people is like there's a rails to trails trail here in Oklahoma City. So that's, old railroad tracks being turned into trails.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's helpful. And
Yeah.
whenever you're biking for road biking, you have to go in a group.
Yeah.
Because that's the safest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the safest way to do it.
Mentality, man.
Yeah.
Gonna take out the slowest.
That gazelle, the broken leg gazelle is going to get taken out first.
Don't bring your children.
So the complaint I hear from our cousins out in LA, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to go to Oklahoma. I don't even want to visit because there's nothing to do." There's the same amount of stuff to do here as there is in LA. We have an NBA team. We have concerts. We don't have Taylor Swift, but you can go to Dallas for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I mean, we have comedians. There's something going on every single night. Now, if you're a big like clubber, yeah, don't move here.
Yeah.
But most people aren't.
Yeah. Nightlife doesn't exist much.
No.
But
No,
see,
but
I mean, I'm too old anymore, so it doesn't matter. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. The millennials they never really got into it.
Millennials are old now.
Well, true.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, you are. Yes.
Yes. But because I feel like millennials, it's like dog culture. Dogs. We have animals.
Yes. Yeah. Having kids and having more dogs, so it's more about the dog parks and
Yeah.
yeah.
And we have all of that.
Yes.
So don't tell me.
If I was a city person, I'd way rather live in Oklahoma City than LA any day.
Oh my
Not
God.
even a comparison. And I'd rather live in Oklahoma City than Dallas. But
Yes.
I almost feel like these are not apples to apples though, just because the populations are so big. I mean, the population in Oklahoma City it's not even 1 million officially. It is.
No, not officially.
Yeah, it is if you include the metros, but
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like for the size of it, there's plenty to do there. Yeah.
So much
And a
to
lot
do.
of culture too.
Yes. A ton. Yeah. Um, so if someone asked you whether to move to Oklahoma or not, what's the one thing you'd want them to know?
Well, just from my personal experience, I have a way better lifestyle in Oklahoma than I do I would have any place else just about. So
Okay.
I love Alaska, but I could not live here. I mean, I just bought a 12 pack of beer and it was $25. I mean,
Hmm.
it just seems like things are just twice as expensive. The median household price here is over $400,000. It's almost 450,
Yeah.
I believe. But it's
Mm.
because of the affordability in Oklahoma, I can live away. In my opinion, I have a lot more expendable income. That's really the nuts and bolts of it all. Because I have more expendable income here. I find Oklahoma to be a much better place to live.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes, cost of living, like I want people to know that it's a lot lower, and I think that there are some surprises sometimes for people about
It just gets a bad rap. The
yeah.
one thing I wanted to talk about that we haven't touched on yet was strangely, Marcy and I don't have kids, but
No.
I think this is really important to mention because our school look terrible.
No, they
It's
look
terrible. They look absolutely terrible. But what you don't necessarily see in the stats is that the class sizes are again half of what it's usually getting in a metro.
yeah.
So your kid, that's the one stat I kind of wish I had a better understanding on because I don't understand how we have such bad school grades, so to speak.
Yeah.
If the class sizes are always under, at least in my area, they're always under 20 kids per class.
Well, all of the school rankings are based on test scores. And testing is not a measure of how well the system is being run. Like I'm the daughter of an educator. Like this is not how this works.
Yes. So that's because what I would only say is what I had seen in kids that I'm close to here, that they are well-rounded kids.
Mhm.
They're kids that can carry on a conversation with adults. They're kids that are really active in sports, in livestock, in rodeo, in so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
the last time I checked, rodeo was not on the testing.
exactly, exactly. Or knowing about, what is like bringing up a pig. I mean,
Right. These are important things for Okies. If you want people to stay in a rural area and be farmers, these are things that are very important.
yes, yes. But I
So,
still think that I don't know, the lessons that can be learned and those kinds of things, anyways, whether you're going to be a farmer or not,
yeah.
just having the responsibility and understanding what it takes to put into some of these things,
Yeah.
you know, is hugely important. And they also get some economic education with it
Mhm.
because, at the end of the day, the kids, the animals are kind of raffled off more or less for but
Yes.
anyway, I think you nailed it though. That's it. That's 1,000 times it.
Mhm.
Oklahoma is not feel like their focus is just elsewhere. I think they'd rather have kids that are more well rounded and have a better understanding of other things that might not necessarily be uh
Testable.
tested with.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Thank you. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Hmm. Absolutely. So yes, in Oklahoma, some rankings are very low, and you really, yeah, you really have to do your research as to how that came about and what is important for you as you're thinking of moving to any specific spot, at all. So that is what we would tell you as Okies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call the school. Understand what they
Yeah.
have. Because there is a lot more to anyway, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
speaking like I have a kid. I don't have a kid. Yeah.
Thank you
That
so
yeah, that's something that's really because I have definitely helped parents with kids move here. And those
Mhm.
are definitely their comments. It's like want to, and even Alaska, like I graduated with almost 1,000 kids in my
Yeah.
graduating class. And in Ardmore, I about died. I literally had to look at the stat multiple times because the graduating class was less than 50 kids.
Yes.
50. It blows your mind. No. And that can be good and bad, I guess, because if a kid gets a bad reputation, they're not going to shade that. So that part of it would be harder.
Right.
But you're also going to get a lot of help if you need help. So.
Yeah, you do. You do. Well, awesome. Thanks so much for your time, Stacy. Really appreciate that. For any information that you need from us, you're going to find that in the description. And I will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.